gosh, I don't even look like me. Hi. Okay, so it is that time of the year again. It is prom season, and this is my senior year of high school, so I will be going to prom. So I want to try is the keyword, to do one prom look a week, and this is my first one. I know I have a little transfer going on. I'm still working on figuring out how shimmer shadows work with my hooded lids. But I really like the way it came out, and I hope you guys do too. So if you want to know how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and start by putting these little eye patches on to catch any fallout and moisturize my under eyes because Lord, they need it. And then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. brow pencil. I believe this is in neutral brown. I'm going to go ahead and brush through my brows and then use that neutral brown shade all the way through my eyebrows and really just give it a shape. I like to line the bottom and then go ahead and fill in the rest of it. And then I'm also going to probably go in with the darker brown. I can't remember. I filmed this like a week ago. Now I'm going to go in with my Essence Make Me Brow and just set those eyebrows in place. I really like to focus on the front of my brow and brush it up and then try and brush the rest of my brow hairs through. I'm going in with my Stila Contour Duo, and I'm going to use the lighter shade in there, and I'm going to use that to carve out the bottom of my brows. I don't carve out the top of my brows. I feel like it looks too fake, so I just like to take that lighter shade and carve out the bottom of my brows. And as you can tell, that is a well-loved palette. I got that maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it is one of my favorites, especially that cream contour side. Going in with the back end of the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, that is honestly the best brush ever to blend out under eyebrow concealer. Now taking the Maybelline Age Rewind in the shade Honey, I'm going to go ahead and use as a wave of eye concealer buffing brush and buff that out on my lid. It's a great color to cancel it out and lighten it so my shadows pop a little bit better. And then going in with a mixture of Naked and Buck from the original Naked palette, I'm going to go ahead and set my lid. Going into my Tartist Pro Palette, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Innocent on a Morphe, Morphe E27, and I'm going to buff that throughout my crease. And then using that same brush, I'm going to go into the shade next to it. I'm going into the shade Whimsy. I'm just going to deepen that crease just a little bit and add a little bit more warmth to my crease. I'm really doing a very blended out, blown out crease. Nothing too precise, just trying to get a good transition shade in there. Now going into the shade Mod on my Zoeva 220 something Luxe Crease. I've used this brush to crap, so I don't know the number anymore, but it's the Luxe Crease brush by Zoeva. I'm going to take that shade Mod and bring it down just a little bit lower than I took the other two shades and try and add a bit of that purpley color to my lid and a little bit in my crease and really focus on that outer V. Now I'm going to go into the shade Drama on that same brush and just add a little bit more intensity to that outer V. taking the shade Vamp on a, oh, what brush is this? Good Lord, I don't know off the top of my head. But I'm taking a small pointed blending brush, and I'm going to put that especially on the outer V and really blend it in. It is 11 o'clock at night, and I am sitting in my closet filming this voiceover, so I apologize. I have all of my dirty brushes with me, but I can't find that brush, so I can't tell you what it is. But I'm going to go in with another Morphe brush. This one's completely clean. There's no product on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that dark shade and mix it with all the other colors. Now going into the shimmery shade and the shade Minx, I'm going to be using the back end of the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush you get in the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to pack that all over my lid. And then using the shade Glam on the other side of that brush, still that same packing side, I'm going to put that in the center and then flip that brush over and blend out those edges. Using the Makeup Revolution strobing palette, I'm going to go into that gold shade on an e.l.f. angled brush, and I'm going to pop that underneath my brow bone as my brow bone highlight. I'm going to go ahead and take off those little eye pad things. I don't actually know if they moisturize at all. I got them at Target. They're like $1, but they did the trick. And here I am acting a fool and throwing them in the air. I'm going to go ahead and rub in whatever moisture is left over from those little eye pads. And here you can see the extensions that I hate oh so much. Tip, don't ever order from Bellamy. They get tangled so easily. I'm going with my Benefit Professional, and I'm going to put that in the center of my face just like normal, and I'm going to press and rub that in. I especially recommend pressing because that really fills those pores. Now taking the Lorac Light Source in the shade, I want to say Fawn, I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and put those on the high points. I got this sample at Ulta and I've really been liking it. It has kind of a pinky gleam to it. It's a 3-in-1, so it's used as a primer, a highlighter, or you can mix it in with your foundation. And I thought at first at the white packaging that this shade was going to be too light for me, but it actually looks really good. I like to bring that all over my cheek with that and down the bridge of my nose and my forehead. I'm going to go into my Anastasia Cream Contour Palette that has been well loved. This is the medium one, and I'm going to take that cinnamon shade on a $1 e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm going to go ahead and color correct underneath my eyes and above my faux stash. Faux, because it doesn't exist. Now, a key to color correcting is you want to put it in only the areas that you need. You don't need huge triangles underneath your eyes or anything like that. I have a really bad dark and deepness to my under eye, which is why I have quite a bit of that pink color there. And even after color correcting, it doesn't get completely rid of that darkness. Now, I'm going to be taking a different Zoeva concealer buffing brush than I used when I did my eye look, and I'm going to go ahead and buff out that pink salmony color. Now taking my RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to go ahead and take an e.l.f. blush brush and just set all those places so that when I put my foundation and concealer on, it doesn't mix and make it a pinky shade. I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me foundation and the shade 355 Coconut, and I'm just going to dot just a little bit of this on my face. I like a lot of this on my face. This is prom, so I like to go full coverage. I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques foundation sponge, and it's damp, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that and buff that into my skin. I recommend the matte and poreless version of the Fit Me. Do not go with the original. It is just Crisco in a bottle, but that matte and poreless version is amazing. Now I'm going to take the browner shade, more closer to my foundation shade, and I'm going to put that under my eyes. I use that as a good concealer color, more of a spot concealer, because like I said earlier, I have that deepness and darkness to my under eye, so I like to put that down since it is a thick concealer to try and get as much of that darkness covered as possible in the beginning. And then going in with that lighter shade, I'm going to go ahead and brighten it up just a little bit. Now taking my Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer, I'm going to use that as basically a blending use. I use that after putting that cream contour down, which is really, cream concealer down, which is really thick to help blend. It makes it a lot easier. I actually really do enjoy this concealer. Now I realize that this shade is actually almost too dark for highlighting, so I use it now in conjunction with my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer to really help with brightening. I'm just going to go ahead and buff all of that out with that Real Techniques sponge. Going in with my Milani blush, I'm going to go ahead and blush my face up. It's in the shade Bella Rosa. Now I look a little bit different here. My camera actually overheated, so it turned off. I just did my basic face routine. I just used that Stila Cream Contour Duo to contour and set that with my Black Radiance Ebony Powder. Now taking a very big fluffy Zoeva brush, it is the brush 106, their powder brush. I'm going to very lightly put that blush on. It is a very pigmented blush. It's crazy pigmented. I literally just touch it in once, and I have a trick. If you go from the back forward and blend it in with your contour, you're not going to end up with clown cheeks, and then you can take whatever's left over on that brush and put it on the apples of your cheeks. In with my Wet n Wild highlighter. This is a new highlighter for me, and I've really been loving it. This is in the shade Crown of My Canopy, and I'm going to be going in with my Morphe M510 for my highlighting brush today, and I'm going to go ahead and hit my high points with that. It is just such a pretty highlighter. Why do I have such an intense double chin whenever I turn my head to the side? I don't understand. And then I'm going to go in with my Milani highlighter in the shade Strobe Light. This is a new highlighter. These are both new highlighters to me, and I've really been loving this. This one is more of a gold shade, while the other one had a lot more of a pinky tone to it. And I'm using this mostly on just the high points of my cheekbones, hitting that back section, not going all the way down. Now taking a e.l.f. stippling brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. I'm very big on blending. I sometimes feel like I go a little too ham with the highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. Kind of looks like it's gone, but in person it wasn't, trust me. But I'm going to go back in and intensify just the high points just a little bit more with that highlighter. Now going into my Morphe Picasso palette, I'm going to take that purple shadow on a Zoeva brush, and I'm going to run that underneath my eyeshadow, under my eye. And going in with my Maybelline Big Shot, I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara, and using my Queen Bee lashes, I'm going to put those on as well. To line my lips, I believe I'm using my Rimmel Lasting Kisses lip liner in the shade Cocoa, and then for my lipstick, I'm going to use, I don't know yet. We'll see in a second. For lipstick, I know I'm going to use I'm going to use my Milani 69 Matte Beauty. This is the most universal matte nude shade out there. This is my second tube. I've bought my friends tubes of this lipstick for their birthdays. It is one of my absolute favorite lipsticks. I have used this on my friends where I have literally used Clown White to highlight their face. They're so pale and it looks amazing on them. And I've used it on my skin and darker and it's looked amazing. It is the most universal nude. It's not too pink, it's not too brown, it's just perfect. And that is the finished look. I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.
Making love over and over and over. It was awesome.
These lashes are lit. In my March favorites, I will tell you how I feel about this hair. Because, spoiler, I hate it. It gets so tangly. I curled this, but could you tell? No. But I'm slaying it. This is the finished look. High key, kind of feeling myself.